see how it goes in this second game. TI banning out Witch Doctor and Shadow Shaman, with Tim once again banning out Nature's Prophet and Coddle as their first 2 bans. TI, they banned the Night Stalker this time, so mostly different bans from TI this game. This does mean Tusk still in the pool. Witch Doctor was banned this time. Pretty sure he was banned last time too, actually, so forgive me for that little bit of a misstep. Disruptor is still available. I wonder if Tim will ban the Clock or the Disruptor, as TI, I think most of the games I've cast for them, they have played Clock or Disruptor. Tusk also went unpicked and unbanned last series. I thought that was really, really interesting.
Radiant team
Disruptor
pick.
was banned by Tim. I think TI probably picked the Clock. Or, I don't know. I think I'd rather see Tusk than Clock. I think Tusk is really, really good right now. There's also still Sand King, who was once again ignored, and Dark Willow unbanned this time.
Remaining.
I can't help but wonder if one of the teams is planning on picking
remaining.
that up.
Dire team pick.
TI. Yep. First pick, Dark Willow. It was banned last game, and this hero has so much CC and a respectable amount of damage. All that we have left to see is if it is an offlane Dark Willow or a support Dark Willow. 4-position Dark Willow, remaining. It's a very greedy support, so some teams do prefer to run it as an offlaner, since you can get more items, you can get more levels, and just have a generally higher impact on the hero. But as a support, you still have to deal with Cursed Crown, Bramble Maze, all of that stuff. And Tim, pick up the Lion. Another massive CC hero with a huge nude. And then grab Clockwork for themselves this time. So a very aggressive and deadly support duo from I Don't Think So, Tim. TI, have that Dark Willow, a team fighting master, that hero. Terrorize, I think probably, I would argue Terrorize is the best CC spell in the game.
Team ban.
The best ultimate CC spell in the game. And speaking of CC, they grab the Space Cow too, and they don't call him Space Cow just because he's from space, I think, but because of how much space he creates. And then Tim banning out that Tinker. With TI, both teams have incredibly aggressive support duos. TI, that is greed incarnate. That is just like the greediest support duo. One of the greediest support duos I've ever seen. Space Cow wants levels, a couple items. Dark Willow needs levels, a couple items. They're both 4 positions, and one of them's going to have to be sacrificed as 5, or they're going to have to pick a non-greedy core like the Puck. Tim banning out Lifestealer. Gyrocopter is still there, so I wonder if TI are going to ban that. That would be... I think Tim played it pretty well, and I feel like, again, they have a support duo that enables it to get incredibly aggressive. TI, though, ban out the OD that they themselves used as their final second phase ban. Tim with the first pick in the second phase. Again, there's Tiny, there's, I was just talking about the Zero Gyrocopter.
10 seconds
remaining. Queen of Pain, who was banned out last time, is in the pool now.
5 seconds remaining.
Phantom Lancer also was banned last game, but is not this game. However, PL against Gyro, I think that's fairly Gyro favored, at least early game. Later in the game, I think it's probably better for the PL. I think he's a better brawler. But early in the game and in the mid game, PL kind of struggles against Gyro because he has all that illusion clear, a ton of AoE. Viper and Razor went, I think, ignored last series. I like Razor a lot, and Viper also pretty damn good. I think I'd rather see Viper on TI, though. But Tim, grab Omni Knight, a hero that was ignored last draft. Very strong in the lane, really good against Dark Willow, decent-ish, okay against Spirit Breaker. I mean, if you get hit by him charging while you're repelled, you're still bashed, you're still knocked around, and you can still get bashed through Magic Community.
10 seconds remaining.
And you can also Nether Strike through Magic Community. But Degen Aura,
5 seconds
kind
remaining.
of okay-ish. Actually, I think Spirit Breaker kind of counters that. His move speed aura does help. So it's okay. Hard to kill. Great against Dark Willow. Once again, really, really hard for Dark Willow to play against Omni. She doesn't have a ton of burst damage, so Purification, good against her. Repel, completely shutting her down. For TI, Sand King, Nyx Assassin, Underlord still there as an offlaner, good damage. Tidehunter. Again, this could be a offlane Dark Willow though. That is a thing that I see sometimes. I think in this game it'd be pretty. It'd be rough because if you get trapped in cogs, you can't just Shadow Realm away. Battery Assault will still hit you in Shadow Realm. Lion can ground target his Earth Spike and it will hit you. He can't hex you though, so there's that. But I don't think it's that good. I don't think offlane Dark Willow is that good this game. I think she would kind of feed, so I'd rather see her in the support position, able to roam around the map with that Cursed Crown, with that Bramble Maze, to provide some just pressure around the map. And the Brew, they played it last game, TI. They had Kyrix play it. It went really, really well for them later in the game. Early game, he kind of got completely shut down. This game, probably the same deal. Depends on the carry.
Remaining.
Tim could go back for their Gyrocopter that they had last game, which is also good against Dark Willow.
5 seconds remaining.
And really good against Brew. As we saw last game, he just completely crushed that Brewmaster.
Radiant team pick.
But Tim, grabbing Juggernaut. Also okay against Brew. You can spin off the debuff from the blind, so it spins off the slow. Spin through everything that Dark Willow does. Omni Slash is good this game.
Dire team ban.
And TI grab that PL, and the AoE of Tim is not that good. They will have some issues clearing this illusion army. If I were to ban an AoE heavy mid, if I were TI, a mid that would just
Radiant
wreck the
team
PL.
ban.
Well, Shadow Fiend, Tim, get rid of that. That's probably for the best. The pressure that's going to come out from this Spear Breaker and quite possibly this Willow would set up for a potentially very easy lane for a Shadow Fiend to win. I still expect one of these teams to pick the Death
10
Prophet.
seconds
She's just so
remaining.
good right now. Queen of Pain also.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know about Queen this game. I don't know about Queen this game for Tim. I think TI could do it, but there's so many stuns on TI or on TI. So Tim might not be able to get away with a Queen. She'd have to go a Blink, maybe, or sorry, not a Blink, go a BKB, maybe a Lincoln's. Let me think. Puck is, it's not a lot of damage, but it's not greedy. So TI could go for the Puck just so that they have more space for their Dark Willow and their Spear Breaker to find some farm, a little bit more XP.
Radiant team pick. Dire
But
team
Puck
pick.
gets banned by TI, and they just go for that Queen of Pain.
Of pain.
There is still Viper, and there is still Death Prophet. So, and Death Prophet I think is good against Brewmaster. Just this, I mean, her silence is good against every hero on this TI team. Exorcism,
10
great team
seconds
fight spell. You have the
remaining.
Omni Knight to enable that with Guardian Angel and Repel. There is a
5
lot of burst
seconds
damage from the
remaining.
Quap though. There's a Templar Assassin in the pool, but I don't think they go for it. Just TA against PL and Quap, not awesome. And even Dark Willow has a good damage, like good ways to break it with Bedlam. Does bunch of, it's kind of like a mini Death Ward. Bramble Maze. They could mid Gyro. It's not horrible against Quap, not great. I still kind of like the Death Prophet better. Invoker. Actually, Storm could be really good for Tim. You can dodge a lot of the Dark Willow CC with Storm by zipping. The Cursed Crown you can dodge. You can ignore some of the Spirit Breaker stuns. They don't have any silences. The Quap will get an Orchid. But I think Storm could be pretty good for Tim, actually. The hero has some issues, though. Just in general. They're burning through all of their reserve time, too. I believe it will be either a Death Prophet or a Storm Spirit. All of the other really good mids have been banned out. They banning Tinker and Shadowfiend themselves with Puck and OD being kicked, and they're going to go for Dragon Knight. I don't know how I didn't think of that hero. Very popular right now. De Bruyne, the first few levels are kind of rough for the DK, but once he gets some points in his Dragon's Blood, it's not that bad for him at all. Tim's team is really, really beefy. The Omni, the Jug, the DK all get very tanky, but there's so much control on Toxic Idiots, and certainly a ton of damage. I'm not sure who's going to win this game. I'm going to have to say TI. I like the TI draft a bit more. If Tim lose their lanes, I don't know if they can come back into the game. If they win the lanes, though, they've got a good chance. I think they're going to need to snowball, though. They're going to need to have a lot, like to shut down some of these enemy cores and to punish the greed of the TI support duo. So now with that draft out of the way, with that draft completed, we are in game number 2 in this best of 3. Sorry about this. I don't know why my console commands are resetting after every game.
Prepare for battle.
De Bruyne on the Toxic Idiot side, playing Queen of Pain. This time they are on the Radiant Minu. Spirit Breaker, Luth, Phantom Lancer, Kyrex, Brewmaster, and then Dark Willow. The newest addition to Dota 2's Captain's Mode is being played by Ixchal. Nadiak is playing the Omni Knight. Young Mouse on Juggernaut. Kruger playing DK. Lion by Ceres, and then Clockwork is being played by Gallo. Both teams with incredibly greedy or incredibly aggressive support duos. You have a Dark Willow and a just trying to plink away at him. The root, the charge, also will hit onto Nadiak. I don't know if they can kill him though. He has Purification. Spirit Lance, they're not quite in range. So Nadiak just walking it off.
30 seconds to
just
battle.
walk it off. And I believe they know that there's a ward here. I don't think they have any sentries though. Kyrex up in the top lane. I think gonna have a fairly rough time against the spin of the Jug, plus the stun, the Earth Spike, Hex, Mana Drain, and then of course Cogs and Battery Assault. Yeah, so both teams, same as last game, forcing each other off of the offlane rune and hitting 2 apiece. Kruger again. As I was saying, Dragon Knight's mid, pretty rough for him until he gets, I think the second rank in Dragon's Blood will help a lot, mitigating some of that damage. It's good that he started with it at level 1 as well. We'll be able to, you know, eat a little bit more right clicks and survive some more of that harass from the Queen of Pain dagger. It is annoying though. Dark Willow bullying the Omni Knight. Clockwork spotted by this ward. Without Battery Assault, I don't think they can get a kill. The Bramble Maze. Gallo eating a couple of those, getting some damage done to him.
Better it be no one's. Denied.
Up at the top lane. Not too much going on. Since they have the Clock It bot, it will be a lot harder to zone Kyrex. I think he's actually going to have a pretty good lane. Both teams running 2-1-2s, just the dual lanes, trying to secure the space for their heroes. Or, I actually lied, Kyrex is soloing. I'm not sure why I thought he was here. We might see the Spirit Breaker rotate up, though. Luth will have a great lane. Oh, they found this Clog. Cogs, he should TP. They don't see him, so they can't charge him. Nice TP from the Clockwork. He was in so deep, and now a charge on Nadiak. He has Purification. A small heal for now, though. Cursed Crown. I don't know that they can kill him. Cogs, zoning back, actually pushes the Spirit Breaker into the tower, but a very tanky cow that guy is. The mid CS situation fairly even, but where they're struggling is Young Mouse. Or sorry, not Young Mouse. It's the PL has half the CS of this Jug, which is interesting. I'm not sure how that's the case. Should be even. He'll catch up. It's the first 2 minutes, especially with Ixchal pulling. We'll give him some more ease last hitting. Get the creep equilibrium back in his favor. And now or Kruger with the second point in Dragon's Blood. Gonna be much, much harder to poke down. And of course, De Bruyne grabs the second point in Shadow Strike, which is very, very standard stuff. She gets that just for the zoning potential of it. Gives it a lot more damage. Space Cow charging up top. They're going after Ceres with that charge. There is no Thunderclap. And I imagine he will cancel this charge. I don't know if you really want to connect this. Yeah, and he will back off. Nadiak getting his levels more or less, as is the Brew though. So both offlaners are having better lanes than last game, where they were both like level 1 until like 5 minutes. It was really bad. Oh, De Bruyne has mana to blink, so without Dragon Tail or Cog, I think if he opened with Cog, she's out of mana, and then she can't blink, and then maybe they get a kill. Shal throws down the Cursed Crown, a Bramble Maze. Getting some good poke onto Nadiak. Minu canceling charge bot. A very placid start to this game, but much like last game, I imagine it will just erupt at any moment, especially with the aggressiveness of these support duos. A Dark Willow and a Spirit Breaker and a Clock and an Omni Knight. Lion. Or sorry, a Clock and a Lion. They're technically not wrong, Clock and Omni, but Ceres stacking the jungle. I suspect Jug will farm that. Dragon Knight might be able to with his ult.
Regeneration.
So yeah, slightly favoring the Dire across the board, but not by a lot. Charge from Minu. We'll be able to get that Spirit Lance. He repels himself though, and after that they really can't follow up. Looking at the mid CS, it has been fairly even, although Queen of Pain pulling slightly ahead, especially in regards to denies. That's to be expected in a melee versus ranged matchup. So while De Bruyne not really dominating in terms of last hits, in terms of the raw gold that he's going to have, he is winning in XP by quite a bit. He's about half a level, a little more than that, 2/3 of a level ahead of Kruger. Which means he will get that ult much sooner. And Queen of Pain, I kind of hope when she gets her Sonic Wave, she kind of gets back into the action, goes and roams at least once. I mean, anytime Sonic Wave is up, you should probably have a TP scroll. That's just so much damage. But to get that third point in the Scream of Pain, it's a lot cheaper for almost as much damage on the Scream of Pain. Oh, Nadiak just purified. He has Repel, but it only lasts 4 seconds this time. Spirit Lance not out, and there's no way he's getting back to his tower. The Willow is there, can throw down her Bramble Maze. They slow him down. Curse Crown, not even necessary. The root from the Bramble Maze and First Blade for Minu. They put a lot of effort into it, and it paid off. First Blood grabbed by Toxic Idiots, the support duo, to kill that incredibly sturdy Omni Knight, but not sturdy enough. Rank 1 Repel does not last long, and thus they can punish him really, really easy. Oh, are they going to try to gank this guy in mid? There is an Invis Rune. Nope, throw down the dagger. The charge is coming in. Scream of Pain. Dark Willow not there, and TP's from Lion. They just cancel. They don't want to go in too deep. Clockwork has TP'd in, so both supports arriving to assist Kruger in the mid lane. Just look at this farm though. The Juggernaut, 12 farm ahead and 26 denies ahead. So Jug having a slightly better lane, but Xshal getting the Curse Crown off just in time. It triggers after that long delay, and he is able to get away from Clockwork. Good attempt from Gallo.
Blessings.
Purification. And Gallo, let's see, how's Kyrix doing? Yes, Gallo is having a much better, or sorry, Nadiak is having a much better lane than Kyrix. The Brewmaster, just like last game, almost completely shut down. It's a really ugly laning situation for him, to be sure. But he came back really, really nicely last time. I would like to see the support duo kind of gank for him to help him catch up, because as it stands, Young Mouse completely free lane. Although their Queen of Pain and their Phantom Lancer are both doing very, very well. So perhaps they're not too worried about giving this lane to the Juggernaut. And Sari is providing all the information in the world, showing Juggernaut that he is in fact safe. And if a gank did come, it's more likely that they find Sari's than the Jug. But Luth is slowly poking down this tier 1, and it may fall soon. The first tier 1 of the game. I don't think it's in deny range. No, it's 10 HP from deny range. Maybe 20. I think it's either 130, 120 or 130. De Bruyne, though, on mana, does have Blink and a Fairy Fire. And got a regen rune. As she says, pain without consequence. And does mean the gank is dead. The gank dream is gone. Clock will back off. Young Mouse has Omni. I wonder if he will try to use it on this Brew. Without Split, he can't disjoint it, he can't hide from it, he can't dodge any part of it. Spear Breaker charging onto Kruger. They have the Sonic Wave now. The full combo from the Queen of Pain, but they cancel immediately, seeing TPs. Speaking of, Dark Willow rotating into the mid lane. Gallo. This Clock. Really want to get 6 on him. Both teams, once they get 6 on their supports, a lot of stuff gets different. I mean, you have Finger for the Dire, you have Finger of Death and Hookshot. For the Radiant, though, for TI, though, Bedlam and Terrorize, and then Nether Strike. So much control and so much damage from those two heroes. It's just so significant once they get these 6s on these supports. But both teams a little bit greedy. Both teams, the Lion not so bad. Once he gets 6, yeah, of course the Blink would be great, but can get that just by being around in team fights, not going to have to farm for it or anything. Oh, Kyrix! Omni Slash charge onto Young Mouse. Queen of Pain has arrived. Sonic Wave! Death comes in at the ear. De Bruyne teleports up top and just massacring that Juggernaut. Blows him to smithereens. A very worthwhile trade for the Radiant with those TPs, those charges, avenging Kyrix. The Jug worth so much more gold and so much more XP.
Worthy tribute.
Dire's bottom tower is on its way.
However, Luth did get that tier 1 at bot a little while ago.
I see the Radiant just fortified their squares.
They're just going to try to clear the illusions. Purification nuke to finish them off.
Tower may need a hand.
Phantom Lancer. I don't know what item he's going next. It's either going to be Diffusal, but some like to get Battle Fury, although since he hasn't already queued it up, I don't think he's going Battle Fury.
Invisibility.
They have a Spike. Charging mid. Cursed Crown in 1 second, and he is a sitting duck. Shadow Realm damage, but just a tiny bonus. De Bruyne, I don't think they want to necessarily dive this. The Spirit, the Soul Ring can get the Purification off. Nadiak pops it, but no, it's too late. She gets screamed down. The Purification nuke, Minu, is low, but I just don't think they have the damage. Nadiak without any mana and no Purification on cooldown, but De Bruyne has no Blink. Not for 2 seconds. Can they get his stun off? Or is he going to just get away? They just don't have the control. Not on this Lion, not on this series is able to get in range, and she just wasn't. The TP was so slow that it was so hard for her to really get there. And De Bruyne gonna shrine up with the team. And Diffusal will be the first item for Phantom Lancer. So while the Dire are behind on all their cores except this Juggernaut, that keeps it fairly even, less than 1k for either team at this point. XP though, slightly more in favor of, I don't think so, Tim. It's a little bit more in favor. Not a ton, just a little. And once the Lion hits 6, they're gonna go for a kill. They're gonna try to blow somebody up. Speaking of, charge on a Young Mouse, he has Omni Slash. Minu taking a lot of damage. If he chases this, he could just get Omni down. And a very wise decision to back off. Sari's in the neighborhood will be able to rotate and help defend her core. Uh-oh. Young Mouse found him. Omni Slash. He has spin too, but this Kyrix fairly tanky, but the spin, he's just too fast. Terrorize does nothing to the magic immunity of Young Mouse. Now he's going after Minu. He's got Finger of Death. Ceres erases Spirit Breaker. Gives him the finger. So 2 good kills for the Dire for I don't think so Tim. And it's like I said, once they get that finger of death, the supports beware. Cores beware. It's what, 600 damage? Yeah, 600. Good use of that. The Omni Slash killing off Kyrex will keep him down a little bit longer. The longer Brew isn't 6, the less effective he is in the game.
Healing and harm.
Nadiak travels first item from Luth. I actually really like that. It's kind of the farming build, and once he gets the fuse, we'll be able to rotate. We'll be able to split push and then rotate the fights right away.
Is here.
Queen of Pain picking up a Veil. Really good item for her team as a whole. Brew does some good magic damage. Dark Willow with a Veil on her side. That Bedlam can just shred. Oh, Exhal. Spin. Burning him down. Shadow Realm not going to protect you in that. You just, Shadow Realm means you can't be targeted, but AoE, well, it's not targeting you. You just happen to be standing in it. Good effort to try to survive that from Exhal, but Young Mouse with that Battle Fury will accelerate his farm and still stands as the top net worth hero.
Purification.
3 to 4 in kills and a meager 1k for I don't think so Tim. XP
No money.
equally as minimal. It could swing at any moment. One fight is all it would take. However, Kruger behind on XP. I think most of the XP lead is coming from. Let's see, where is most of the XP coming from? It's their supports. It's the Lion level 7 and the level 8 Omni Knight in the off lane had a much better time than this Brew, who is just, once again, Kyrex has not had a great time on Brew Mastery these past couple games in the lane, in the early game. Just completely shut out.
Has a nasty situation.
But now, finally, level 6 has that Primal Split. Will save him from things like Omni Slash and spin as well. So a lot of good things for him to hide. And now it also gives him a ton of extra damage and control to contribute to his team. Young Mouse has Omni Slash. It's rank 2. I don't know if he wants to use it unless he gets away from the creeps. He gets the Primal Split forced out. They're throwing a boulder. He has spin. Dodges that thanks to that spin. And I don't think they get anything else. The Bramble Maze a little too short.
Radiant's middle tower
But
is
no
under
Omni Slash
attack.
to middle. They have Terrorize back up. Spear Breaker charging towards mid. They want to get Dragon Knight. They pop the Veil from
Radiant's
Queen.
middle tower is not safe.
Bramble Maze on cooldown. Kruger is a-okay. Pyrex, on the other hand, cut down by Young Mouse. They throw that hook shot and capitalize on it. Once they know his Primal Split is down, he is so easy to kill. I mean, he's just so behind. He doesn't really have any items. He just has a Soul Ring, just has Brown Boots, so he's not tanky at all. And they have enough magic damage from the spin, from the Battery Assault, that they can kind of ignore. They don't have to worry about him dodging all their attacks. Tim has built a 3k gold lead. A lot of damage from that Spirit Lance. He has spin. Nether Strike goes through. A great Earth Spike to cancel. Sonic Wave. Young Mouse so low. He has the Healing Word, but it's not going to be enough healing. He's still alive. They kill the Healing Word. Veil of Discord. No, the Healing Word's still alive, but the Spirit Lance with the Veil should be enough to kill him. And Ceres bails out. She loses her Jug. His killing spree ended. And a 1k gold swing back for them, so they did get some kind of rebuttal. Juggernaut diving a little bit too deep. They also still have the Nether Strike, and the benefit to that getting cancelled is they ended up not needing it. PL using his travels to TP and Ceres, the Veil of Discord, Nether Strike onto the Lion. Lion extremely low, will go down. So one more right click, Bedlam flies out, but it's not going to connect. Nadiak has TP'd in as well. Will he do anything? Cursed Crown onto Gallo. Gallo, no mana. It looks like he's done for. Shadow Realm onto the tower. And it's just the Omni Knight up top. He has no TP either. So once they claim this tower, once they kill it, and they are going to kill it as it has been mostly abandoned. Uh-oh, Kruger. You're under wards, buddy. They see you. And they're looking for Omni Knight too. Where is he? Oh, he's up here. Okay. He's got 40 seconds. In this tower, once it dies, do they look for him? Maybe they think he has a TP? I don't know. It looks like he might actually live.
Is under fire. Radiant structures have been secured.
All the while, Juggernaut is trying to split push a bunch of TPs Will they go after him though?
Fearsome dire.
Queen, I don't. If he blinks, if Jabroon blinks in after the jug, he probably just kills her. Ancient stack getting farmed. He is under wards though, and with that prowler a little bit squishier. It doesn't appear that they're going for him. Tower denied mid, and the gold lead slipping further and further away from I don't think so Tim. Last couple fights have been rough for them. Or really just the last fight. The Juggernaut dying. It's just not... They just really can't afford to have that Jug die. They really, I think, want to keep this game going as... like as short as possible. Like they want to win their lanes. They want to get the Jug as farmed as possible. And every time he dies, it slows him down a little bit. Charging Veil also onto Lion. Lion, another strike. They don't get that stun. And Ceres does get killed off by Kyrix. Now Cogs trapping in 2 heroes. Terrorize, but only hitting Clockwork. Dragon Knight still outside of it. Trying to get what he can, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Young Mouse has an Omni Slash, the one. Slash back onto Mino. Mino going to go down. X-Shawl getting low, and looks like he's going to be spun to death. Getting pursued by Young Mouse. This should be a double for him. X-Shawl, good try on that juke, but you can't walk through there. And the double kill for Young Mouse leads to a tier 1 and a 1 team fight for the Dire. I don't think so, Tim.
Radiant's middle tower
With the Jug as big as he is, and the only real threat to him being the Phantom Lancer, or getting terrorized when his spin is down. They can just keep the push going. They have a healing ward, so I don't think they should keep pushing, especially because Spirit Breaker's charging them and Dark Willow is up in 2 seconds. Nadiak TPing out. Okay. Minu probably can, yeah, I'm going to cancel that charge. If a team goes for Roche, it's more likely to be the Dire, but they can't go for it, I think, when Queen of Pain and Willow are up. There's just too much AoE at that point. I think with one of those two dead, preferably the Willow control is just unreal. You know, you got Terrorize, Bramble Maze, Cursed Crown, so many just AoE damage tools, or not even damage, AoE control tools that you could instantly lose a team fight. Oh, those diffusal illusions, man. Just punching that poor clock. $4K gold in favor of Tim and 2K XP. They still have that lead. But will it last? Last game they got to about 3K as their largest lead before things just started to spiral out of control. And the Queen of Pain damage, the PL also farming very, very well. It could turn quickly. Their only real source of damage on I don't think so, Tim, is that Jug. Dragon Knight is roughly even with the Queen of Pain, but fairly far behind the Phantom Lancer. Haven't really seen a full 5-on-5 yet either. It's been a lot of small skirmishes. Dagger, Nadiak has Repel, taking a lot of damage from Luth. Will be okay. With the Repel on cooldown, I wonder if they try to go for something. They know that there's no Dire Vision in the area. So Radiant able to scout out Bramble Maze. Looks like it's just for show. It's a pretty little garden. Hook shot onto Dark Willow. She Shadow Realms, throws down the Terrorize again, just on the clock. Are they going to be able to get the clock to Bedlam? It's a lot of damage clock. Gallo may have overestimated himself and underestimated the damage of that Dark Willow. Luth, the damage from those illusions, and a right click actually finishing her off. Finishing off the clock, and Ceres herself, Spirit Lance, and a Spirit of the Face from Luth. Both supports dying. A aggressive maneuver from Clockwork. Certainly a little too aggressive. Now the tier 2 with a catapult wave coming and all the PL illusions, they're probably going to lose this. And they see Young Mouse. He has spin. He has Omni Slash. They're charging him. He needs to spin. He manages off the Cursed Crown. Diffusal popped onto him. He's going to spin that one off. He still has Omni Slash. Does he want to go for it? It'd be so aggressive, so greedy, and no, he just lets them go, knows that it's just too dangerous, and the Radiate themselves backing off. Don't want to stick around as the Dire heroes respawn. Luth can buy his ultimate orb, and shortly thereafter a Manta style, and he may usurp Juggernaut on top of the net worth, who really... all of the cores are fairly even. The exception is Queen of Pain starting to build a lead against Dragon Knight. Kruger not keeping up that well in farm. Let's take a quick peek at CS. He's actually ahead on CS but she's 3-0 and 4, and he is 0-1 and 2, so that would really kind of make the difference. Rocket Flare, they spot PL, and I think they saw the Queen of Pain also. Well, Young Mouse, he's got Omni Slash, dude! Kyrex instantly blinks away, I think realizing his mistake. Oh, are they going to be able to get the Nether Strike off? He's stunned. The Bedlam damage, he needs to be able to spin, but it's no, he's still alive, but the right clicks, the Healing Ward, Young Mouse, they need to kill this guy. They've committed so much for him. The Healing Ward does die, but he has an Omni Slash. Oh, is he going to be forced to use it? They pop the Primal Split. He needs to get away from the boulder. He is very, very fast. And the Earth Panda, the slowest Panda. Bramble Maze on cooldown. Charge is up, but they don't have any vision. They've been dewarded. Now the charge coming. He has a Sanctuary. Do they pop the Shrine? They need to get it if he wants to survive. Terrorize, fearing them both back. Queen of Pain. Sonic Wave! De Bruyne gets that kill, and now pursuing even deeper after Kruger. Kruger daggered, slowed up, defusal slow also. The Bramble Maze, he's trapped. He's got nowhere to go. He's lost in the hedge. Finger of Death, but De Bruyne still mostly healthy. Luth, so deep. And oh, the hook shot slowing her down, and Luth just finds Ceres with a Spirit Lance and a right click and a double kill for Luth. He actually gets that last hit on Ceres. And 4-3 dead. They weren't able to pop the Shrine. That might have healed up Juggernaut enough to knock it Sonic Wave down. An excellent fight, and now dragging by force that gold lead back onto their side. We see Toxic Idiots with 2K sieging high ground. Juggernaut has buyback. He really doesn't want to be forced to use it though. Bramble Maze rooting up this Clockwork. Natiak trying to slow things down, and Kyrex actually dies to Gallo. Gallo popping his ult, but there's just so much magic damage. I don't think it's going to be enough. Cursed Crown will stun him in just 1 second for so long. He's just trapped there, and he's going to get death by 1,000 cuts from those PL illusion armies. Gallo going back in deep, but he's just getting beat by these illusions. The illusions are just too much, and the Scream of Pain as well.
Middle tower is under fire.
Worthy tribute.
The Juggernaut's power is doubled.
Slain by courageous radiant.
Immortality.
Quite dangerous, this one. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is not on top of things. Dire's top tower has fallen.
No sorceries avail.
Dire's middle tower dangerous. This dark deep slice committee. turmoil. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is on its way further down.
And it's all ones will bring. Slashing assassin.
Mere coin?
Invisibility.
Sorry about that. I had to time out and fix my mute. Gallo getting low, getting now Minu charging onto Kruger. Primal split from the brew. One sec. I have to. Forgive me, people watching on stream. It was muted the past probably 5-ish minutes, but the sound does work in game. So hopefully they managed to watch that, and people watching in game should not be deterred. The mid racks getting extremely low. They pop fortification. This is the last racks in mid, so the first full lane. Omni, Natiak with that repel, with that Radiance, has forced to use Guardian Angel. Curse Crown about to stun him up. He needs to stay away from his teammates. I may have accidentally hit the mute button for my live stream, but it is working in game. Luth with that butterfly, so much harder to kill. He's at 20k net worth. Jug only 2k behind. Now actually Omni Knight has gotten ahead of the Queen of Pain. But a 5k, they still maintain 5k advantage in terms of gold, and XP back in favor of Tim. So this game, they're down a lane of racks, but that's certainly not insurmountable. They can definitely come back from that. For people watching, because of that mute, I am going to recommend you watch the VODs in client, at least for this game. Rune, Orchid, Yules going after her Mjolnir. Great item. Once she gets the spell lifesteal, it's such a good item on Queen. They have Hex. Are they going to be able to kill her Finger of Death? Yep. Quick and easy. So De Bruyne, it's their turn to get a little over ambitious. Just for that one kill, they get 2k XP swing and 1,300 gold swing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now the bot 2-3 getting pushed in by Luth. Gallo, ooh, he's got Cursed Crown, he's got PL Illusions. He may just die here. They have Purification and Repel, but he's still stunned. Now they're after Nadiak. Seeing so much damage from these PL Illusions. Dragon Knight pops the Dragon Form, Butterfly move speed, Terrorize, forcing Kruger away. Great use of that spell, keeping Dragon Knight off of the Phantom Lancer. However, Exshal loses life.
I've killed dragons, less deserving of death. Bounty.
Sari's going to deward here in the Dire base. Forgive me. I'm just trying to relay the message to people in the chat right now, since they are on a 5-minute delay, that if you're not watching in game for the next 5 minutes or so, my stream, I did accidentally hit my mute hotkey. Probably gonna have to move that hotkey. Anyways, Phantom Lancer at the top of the net worth by nearly 3k. It's really just 2.4k, 2.5k, which at this stage of the game is getting less and less significant. And Young Mouse will get a Basher soon, and oh my goodness, once he gets a Basher, the Omni Slash can bash, and more importantly, they can lock down Queen of Pain. They can just really start going to town on heroes. And an Abyssal Blade with the damage reduction from the Vanguard will just cripples PL Illusions. The Diffusal Blade, though, kind of compensates a bit. Shout out to Exshal. Sorry, I paused. I'm taking this moment to drink water. However, with Omni Knight catching up, Dragon Knight, my concern for the Dire is that Kruger is still very far behind. Fortunately, Dragon Form provides a lot of good bonuses, the damage over time, the splash damage. It really, really helps him, even if he's a bit behind. So we'll see if they're actually able to come back into it, if they're actually able to bounce back from some really rough fights. A 5k gold lead, not unbeatable. They can definitely come back against a 5k gold lead, and they're holding the XP advantage. But this PL is just huge. He's basically 6-slotted. We'll get rid of his Ring of Aquila for I have Scotty probably. However, Juggernaut catching up to him, and with a Battle Fury under his belt, might actually be able to man-fight that PL. He might need to get an MKB to do it, though. The dodge from the PL just going to be super difficult to handle. The 10 armor, going to be really awesome for Young Mouse. Super glad to see him grab that talent. Also, once Kruger gets the 2x Dragon Blood HP regen and armor, he's going to be much more difficult to bring down. Speaking of talents, Ceres grabbed that GPM. So good for Lion. She can actually finish her Blink Dagger. Phantom Lancer Illusion Split Push underway. It's not as bad as the old days with the PL Illusions. Kyrix purchasing a BKB, and Roshan, it will be up in 50 seconds, so less than a minute. Both teams will want this. It will be very difficult for Tim to contest because they do not have a shrine. The Dark Willow, the Queen of Pain, so much AoE, it could be very, very bad. They're going to need to frontline very hard with the Omni, and speaking of Omni Slash, though, with a Battle Fury, could put in a ton of work in the pit. Although, I still think the team fight, a pit fight, favors toxic idiots, and they're just having Willow sit there. Exshall chilling in the pit. The living ward. Dire scan, though. They know that they're going to go for Roshan. I wonder if they're going to smoke, if they're going to try to get into the pit. Courier is bringing a smoke. Rocket Flare, they don't go for this, do they? Ooh, they are seen. They should know that they're seen, but maybe want to bait Tim into a pit fight. Maybe they think that they can just win a pit fight really, really hard. I mean, they're killing Roshan pretty damn fast thanks to this PL. So they'll have to go, and they'll have to go soon. They popped that smoke. They need to get there. It's already more than half dead. Rocket Flare, they see that it's basically dead. PL sending illusions out of the pit, trying to scout, but it's so close. I don't know if they're going to reach it. They have Clock's hook shot. But he does manage to get the Aegis to Brune. Gets veiled. I'm pretty sure did not use her own veil. So the Dire just unable to... Gallo was not in position to throw a hook shot. And even if he did, very likely just dies, and then his team has to fight 4v5. Tim unable to contest that. This could be very, very bad with an immortal PL who's already so hard to bring down. I'm just not sure that they can win this next fight. It will be incredibly difficult. They'll need to pull it off perfectly. The Blade Mail from the Clock actually a good tool for doing that. It will do a ton of damage to Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain will hurt herself very badly, except for her spell lifesteal. That will help a lot. She's just after the shrines now, wants to get that free gold. That's really what it is. Exshall pinging out Young Mouse, whose Basher is complete. He does not have buyback, though. Let's take a look at buyback status for the Dire. Just Ceres. If they lose this next fight, it's unless they kill like 4 heroes, it's very likely that they lose the game. It will be incredibly difficult for them to survive after that point. And the PL Illusion's able to just chip away at these racks very, very slowly, and his team can hang back behind him. They can just wait. He's so tanky that once Tim engages on Luth, TI can just dive in deep. Oh, Kruger, silence onto Omni Knight. He's not able to remove it. They throw a dagger. Bramble Maze, he has Repel, he pops it. Hex onto the Phantom Lancer, hook shot into the back line. Kyrix popping the Primal Split. Blade Mill also fit this Omni Slash. They don't get the first life, he's still alive. Sonic Wave hits 2 heroes. Yules, Tornado actually onto the Clockwork. Young Mouse spinning away. Fear, the second life of Luth. Gallo gonna bleed to death from De Bruyne. Jump forward, good stun. They pop the arm Guardian Angel. Young Mouse has his healing ward, but I don't know how long it'll survive. Kruger getting low. Great stun from Ceres. The splash damage in the Dragon Knight doing some good work. Luth's still very, very low. However, they just aren't killing anyone. They've only killed. They haven't killed off any Radiant heroes. They pop fortification. Young Mouse has nothing. He's able to jump out of that Orchid with the Mantisile. Kyrix getting slowed. They have Hex and a Force Staff. They may be able to get Kyrix. It looks like they do get 2. De Bruyne has died. Cursed Crown. Ceres needs to get away from her teammates. Get her a spike. Oh, she stuns the Omni Knight too. Young Mouse going back to re-engage. He has the spin. Doing some good damage. Going after this Exshall, but no, backs off. Exshall going to be able to TP out. I don't think they get... No, he cancels the TP. Spirit Vessel onto Young Mouse. Spirit Breaker. Just Ceres getting low. Luth going in deep.
Dire's bottom barracks are gone.
Put out to pasture. Purification.
They're not killing us.
Bounty.
Bounty.
Yeah, clone.
Invisibility. Haste.
What a waste.
Unstoppably scary.
Endure.
Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of the nice friend is land again. Farewell to Dire's bottom barracks. Boom, there it goes. Feeling shock.
Forgive me, the mic for people watching out, not in client, it has been really buggy. It keeps flipping off. I fixed it much sooner this time, but it is fairly hard for me to monitor. 9k gold for Toxic Idiots. And Tim, XP has even escaped them, although not much. It's incredibly even on XP. However, the later this game goes with a greedy draft for the Radiant, like again, Dark Willow is a super greedy support. She scales great with items. Eggshell Glimmering wants to place down a ward. I think they should know, yeah, immediate D ward. The Midas from the Omni will turn into... I wonder what else he'll actually go. Eggshell. Sorry about this. Just trying to fix technical difficulties. It's been a bit distracting. Anyways, Moonshard for PL. He's 7 slotted more or less. Young Mouse clearing up these illusions as fast as he possibly can, though. But if they lose one more fight at this Raxus and Megas, and I don't think they have the answers for Megas, they just don't have the wave clear. If Ceres had an Ags, maybe they had the wave clear, because then she could just blow up the wave every time Megas come in. But even then, that's a very tall order. Kruger, no, going for a Mjolnir. We'll have that. We'll have the Maelstrom pretty quickly. Oh, dodge, TL. He took on an illusion. I was like, he doesn't have 0 gold. 4k on the jugs, but he needs it for buyback. De Bruyne had recently completed a Mjolnir just a couple minutes ago, going for a Lincoln's of her own. Not level 25 on her. 5 Omni Slash strikes though, dang. 14 slashes for the jugs. I'm just not sure. 14 probably isn't even enough to kill PL, though. He's so incredibly tanky. 38 armor, 3,500 HP. Oh, charge onto Ceres, force step. Great hook shot to intercept that, but minor canceling it also. Blade Mail from Gallo. Gallo, a Missile Blade, Omni Slash dancing around, doing a lot of damage. The Terrorize, it forces back a couple heroes. Gallo, and Ceres gets the figure of death, but it's not going to matter. Primal Split coming out at the top. The Young Mouse is really tanking the healing. We're keeping him healthy, but are they going to be able to get anything? No one has died yet in this exchange. It's just the Bruce Pandas, but the Brew Pandas, they might actually get this guy. In fact, he will go down. A Mega kill for Kruger. The Queen of Pain, they get Megas. They lose just one hero. So much commitment from both sides. However, for Toxic Idiots, it's worthwhile. They get the Megas. And Young Mouse, unable to find any vengeance for his teammate. Oh, might even be trouble spinning. They have the Nether Strike. It bounces him back in. Kruger is here. Has a stun, but no gets silenced up. Can't use that stun. Sonic Wave latches on both. Earth Spike just onto the Dark Willow. They lose Kruger. Young Mouse looks like he's going to die too. Does he get buyback? Ceres pops her Ghost Saber, but it doesn't matter. She dies. Scream of Pain finishes off Jug. Jug does have buyback. Needs to use it. 3 buybacks already. Ceres, Kruger, Young Mouse. Are they going to be able to get any kind of return kills, though? They're just disengaging, and against Megas, the first wave of which is coming in fairly soon. Hookshot doesn't connect on anyone, just hits his own allies. And that first wave of Megas on the way, and the Radiant Toxic Idiots not even ready to leave the base just yet. They're holding strong. And look at that massive gold shift. Over 6,000 gold due to the 3 buybacks from Kruger, Ceres, and Young Mouse. And that means even if there's buyback up on the other 2 heroes of the Dire, I don't know if they can survive another fight like that. There's a 35k net worth Phantom Lancer on the other team. This is going to be Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard. I imagine they put the Refresher Shard on the Queen of Pain, the double Sonic Wave. That nets 940 pure damage. Or did they give it to the Brew? The Brew getting a double Primal Split. I'd rather see the Brew have the... Oh, there's an Aegis. They give the Queen the Aegis and the Immortality. I don't think PL has died yet. Yeah, 11, 0, and 10. And this is the last stand. If you're I don't think so, Tim, you need to win this next team fight hard. You need to like kill 5 heroes without losing anybody, and then run down the mid. You need to just destroy that, like, and then you need to win another fight. Like the only way they win this game is if they kill this, kill this. Probably don't even go for racks. You just kill the tier 3 and go right for the throne. It'll be incredibly difficult for them to do that. Will they, though? They do a lot of damage with the tankiness. They just commit so much and just get nothing. Both teams, really, they just commit all these resources for so little, as everybody is getting very, very tanky. Yules for Natiak, likely got that to get himself out of the Orchid from the Queen of Pain. Suspect she'll get that into a Bloodthorn at some point. I think, though, if you're going to do that for Omni, I'd rather see a Lotus Orb than a Yules to purge yourself. And you can also put it on your Jug. You can reflect Nether Strikes, Spirit Lances, Orchids. And Cursed Crown is a great spell to reflect, so I just feel like that would have been the better choice. But oh, they're smoked up. They want to find someone, and they make it Gradiac. He's silenced. He's feared. He's getting Cursed Crown. He's taking so much damage. He's just done for. They pop the Primal Split. Immediate buyback from the Omni Knight. This is the last fight, the last thing that they have. Kruger getting gone on pops his BKB, taking a lot of damage. Sonic Wave, massive Terrorize. Also pretty big. They're feared. They're stuck. They can't do anything. They're defenseless. It's a nightmare for them. Young Mouse, he needs to live. If he dies, it's dieback on the... He doesn't have buyback available. Bedlam in the back, Finger of Death also. X-Shaw will die, but they've lost Jugs. They lost Omni. They've lost Lion. Jugs having to heal up in the fountain. He has an Omni Slash. He's going to try to use it, but they just call GG. He pops it onto De Bruyne, slashing back and forth. Just nothing. No one dies. It's just too much. And Toxic Idiots win the Learn Dota 2 League 2-0 against I Don't Think So, Tim. Spectacular effort from both sides, but Toxic Idiots just seem to play a little bit better. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I apologize for the technical difficulties. The mic mutes at a couple points in the second game, but I hope you enjoyed the cast. And if you have any feedback, please let me know. I take it real seriously, and I'm hoping to get a lot better. Thanks for listening and bearing with all those little issues that we had. And once more, don't want to detract from the victory of Toxic Idiots. Really great game, some nice execution. Probably my MVP for this whole series, though, was just Luth on the 1 position for TI. Played so incredibly well. Always got so much out of his lanes. Just had an incredible impact throughout the entire series. best of luck next season to both of the players to every player on each of these teams. And I look forward to casting more for them in the future. Once more, I'm Nefarious. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. I really, again, please leave me feedback. I really want to get better. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I hope to see more of you in the future.